Yeah, I don't know. I was
All right,
just
here we go.
talking.
I'm good.
That's good enough.
I think we're good. There we go.
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good.
Coming to you live after the WWE TLC pay-per-view. It's the Joe Crone Show. Let's get naked. Let's get wild. Randy Orton, kablooey! What in the wonderful world of hell did we just watch, guys? Because I have no idea. What do you think about that? Tosevich, I already know. He likes it.
I do. I like it.
Why am I hearing a dual feed?
I don't know.
I'm also hearing a dual feed.
Sorry, guys. This is our first night tonight of broadcasting from multiple locations. So that's why, if there's some kind of errors, that's what's going on. We're broadcasting live from all kinds of different locations, from Ustream.com, from YouTube.com, thanks to Jaron, from Justin.tv, and of course Twitch as well, since that's part of it. And as one fan caller of the show once remarked on our voicemail, the show sucks, but it's going to get a lot better from now on.
Yeah, in the
I saw
comments
that.
of wherever you're watching from, just let us know if there's any problems on those particular websites so we can actually all figure this out together and fix anything that needs to be fixed.
Right. Should be all right, but...
Yeah, your show sucks, and I hope you fucking die.
Oh, man. You gotta love that guy, huh? That guy was pissed at me. Like, I don't know exactly what happened. I did, like, his family. I killed... I don't know what I did to him.
You did his family.
So, Randy Orton, at the end there, he maybe I did to his family. He just pulls the belts down. I mean, I kept waiting, like, McMahon was gonna come out, or something was gonna happen, and it just didn't happen.
I have to admit that was brilliant because think about this. They've been screwing us over for everything that we've wanted. And then, I mean, granted, not everyone wanted John Cena to win, but I think it's a safe bet to say out of the two people we had in the match, most of us wanted at least Cena over Orton. So the one time they actually have an ending where it doesn't go the way we want, it's clean and legit. And I think that's pretty brilliant on McMahon's part.
I think that because of how they did it, like everyone, like even like not even on this channel, everyone was expecting a screw job ending or just some
Right.
kind of twist to the end of the match, and now that it didn't happen, we feel
Right.
dissatisfied.
Well, exactly, and you know what's weird was this time I actually believed something weird was going to happen, but I don't know why I believed that, because in my heart of hearts, I should have known that this was not going to be a screwy ending, that this was going to be legit, and they wanted to... Here's what they did. It's so obvious to me now. Whether Cena won or Orton won, they wanted to cement this as the champion. They treated the lineage with respect, and because the last few months, there's been so much screwy stuff happening, they had us all kind of believing that. And that's also why they threw that curveball in at the end of Raw. Of course, like you said, they were just trying to get those pay-per-view buys. And I had to watch tonight. And something that we ignored, and I don't know if you guys ignored it, but I know I did. I ignored the fact that the idea that there's going to be a lot of people watching as wrestling fans tonight just because of the history and the merging of the titles. And just thank God they didn't do something. I thought they were both going to pull the belts down and both have a belt.
Thank God that didn't happen.
Oh my God, I would have ate my own asshole live in my own living room. I would have killed
I would have gargled balls.
Oh my God, I would have taken my son. I would have put paint all over his face. I would have put war paint on my face. Drove down to Stamford, Connecticut, and I would have howled at the moon outside of the WWE offices until probably next month. If that had happened. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
I live about 20 minutes away from WWE headquarters. I would actually just go there and just freaking like break all their windows.
Ask to use their bathroom and take a really smelly shit.
A long time ago when I was wrestling, my idea was I'm going to get the attention of the WWE by what I'm going to do is I'm going to have all I have to do is get some money somehow and fly a bunch of helicopter DVDs over the studio and just drop down DVDs of myself, like daring the WWE to hire me and all these things, and then wrestling people and just beating all these things. And
they would have just had Duke the Dumpster Droese pick up all the DVDs and take them out to the dump.
And then they would have filed a lawsuit against me. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, click the like button, stick that big thumb right up my ass. It's youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show, coming to you live from Jaron's channel tonight, so maybe he'll get some more subs too. But if you really want to sub us, go over to youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Watch us on Twitch TV and Ustream right now as well. We're multi-simulcasting all over the place. Let's take our first call of the night. Here we go. 760, what's up? There they go. They hung up. The first call of the night hangs up.
Every time a first caller calls in, they have stage fright and they fucking back out.
No, I mean that's not what used to happen. I swear. Like it used to be people were usually New York calls right away. And it's like and he's on the ball. He's like ready to go. He's like, "Let's talk wrestling. Let's do it now. Let's do it live." So, I don't know about you. I was kind of in a coma this whole pay-per-view because I was so excited for the main event. I don't know if that's why. I will say the Divas, thank God, had a good match.
A great match.
Right, finally a great match. Okay. I don't know. I'm not that far on it, to be honest. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was finally a solid, just what women should be able to do in the ring.
Well, yeah, all right. It wasn't great by like all wrestling standards, but literally it was probably the best Divas match I've seen in the past 4 years.
Right. All right, well, let's take a 760. What's up? You another shot.
Hey, what's going on, Joe? Jesse J.
Hey, Jesse, what's up, man?
Hey, brother. Fucking A, man. I'm so glad. I thought they were going to do the same fucking thing you did. I thought they were both going to pull the belt down or some stupid shit, you know?
Right, I know. I thought the same thing. Actually, Joe Latimer on Ustream comments on ustream.tv/channel/Joe Cronin Show, he goes, 50 viewers on Ustream. Holla. Yeah, it's getting crazy, man. So, did you like the pay-per-view overall? Were you happy with the pay-per-view or the ending? I mean, what happened?
You know, yeah, there was parts of it I liked, and, you know, I actually agreed kind of with what Chris said as far as overall as a whole, you know?
Yeah.
I think that, you know, the main event was about as good as it could be with, you know, what they had. The parts beforehand, like, you know, the CM Punk bit, and even Daniel Bryan, he managed to make, you know, chicken shit tonight in a weird way.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And,
all right.
I mean, I don't know. The CM Punk thing was great. That made so much sense more to me as far as the putting over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
He looked so much stronger taking out the Shield.
And, my name's Matt. I wanted to comment.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt. I think I just lost Matt.
The crowd was on point tonight, too.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I made a comment earlier about that. They were fantastic, especially during the Miz match. Holy shit, dude. They were great.
Hey, sorry, Matt.
They had a boring chant when we needed a boring chant, and what else did they do? They chanted this.
Man.
That was creepy for Bray Wyatt.
They chanted so much shit during that one match. They wouldn't let them have one move where they fucking did anything.
Right.
Like cheering or anything. It was so fucking funny.
Oh, man, it was good to see Vince. I knew when that limo pulled up at the start, it was like, oh, Vince is getting out. And then, of course, Triple H got out. Then Stephanie got on. I was like, oh, this got to be Vince is in there. Vince is in there. He's doing a hooker or something. He's coming out of there. There's no way.
What did they do at the end? I totally didn't catch the end when Vince came out because he gave Cena this weird
They just
look
celebrated Orton.
Yeah, they just kind of celebrated.
Man, I thought they were going to do something really cool because the way he looked at Cena, it was like, oh, good luck, you know, maybe.
Yeah. No, I think it was
Cena
like...
had a tear in his eye. Anyone notice that?
Who?
What's that?
Cena had a legitimate tear in his eye.
Did he really?
Go him. Yeah, for
When he
mustering.
won or what?
When he was sitting down in the corner watching McMahon and Triple H and Stephanie all celebrate Randy Orton, they cut real quick to John Cena in the corner, and you can see a little tear coming out of the corner of his eye.
Well, I think it's because he broke his kneecap. The way he landed did not look good.
It was very apropos to what was going on. It fit perfectly.
All right, let's take another call. 216, what's up?
How you doing, Joe? How are you tonight?
Good, I'm doing all right. I'm just drinking some water. I'm trying to cool down, collect.
Yeah, I hear you. It was a hell of a show, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I tell you, I don't know about you, Joe, but I swear that was the best ending they could have gave. I'm telling you, I think this was Vince McMahon's Christmas gift to all the fans. We've been waiting for months for a legitimate finish and one that we actually wanted to see. So, honestly, you know what? The whole rest of the card was okay. It wasn't, nothing obviously to write home about. But I was actually surprised. I thought both Orton and even Cena really brought it that last match. And, honestly, you could have knocked me over with a feather. Orton actually winning. I almost knew there was going to be some sort of dopey-ass shenanigans where Cena would have won, or even when Vince and Triple H and Stephanie came out at the end, I thought, oh boy, here we go, some sort of screwy finish. But
right.
No, I mean, it was across the board, and definitely, I would say this is probably the best pay-per-view we've had in the last 6 months.
Right.
See,
just
I agree.
For the solid main event alone, and just, yeah.
You know what? To Cena's credit, this is something that Cena has been developing, and it's what sets him apart from The Rock and from Hulk Hogan and from everyone else before him who was the man. Where, all right, Cena's turned into Super Cena, and we all got sick of it. But what has he done?
Right.
He's come up with really creative ways for him to lose, where he looks like, okay, that would fucking destroy anyone. I don't care if you're John Cena.
Right.
When he took that knee from Daniel
For
Bryan,
a second there, I actually thought he was going to rip the handcuff right off the rope.
Right.
Like he had.
But the way he hit the table neck first, it was like, okay, he's done. He's out. The way he took that knee from Daniel Bryan, it was like, he's done.
I don't
He's
think he was
out.
supposed to break that. I don't think he was supposed to break that table when he hit it, or was he supposed to bang his head? It almost looked like he should have went through it, but he didn't connect hard enough. But he sold it well enough.
Brutal,
anyway,
man. It looked raw and brutal, and that's what's great about Cena. Like, Hogan never did that. When Hogan lost a match, it was a regular loss. Whenever The Rock lost a match, except for some of his stunners that we've mentioned in other videos that he's sold, he loses a match regular, whatever. It's like, well, why are we supposed to believe The Rock's superhuman when he loses to a fucking regular move? Lately, John Cena's been losing to crazy shit, and I love it.
Right. Like you said, I can't think of a better way to finish off the year after all the, stupid endings and false finishes. This is actually something really you can feel good about at the end. You saw a good match. Both guys actually brought. I'm far from a Cena fan, but I really got to give it to him. He did do a good job this match. I was actually very impressed. So, I like watching now. Just like we're on to the Royal Rumble in 5 weeks, 6 weeks, like that. What's going to happen? We're going to have Cena winning it. Would be the obvious thing, or is he possibly going to be maybe CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, who I was kind of shocked tonight, by the way, that he actually lost against the.
That was really shocking to me. Because he was the one we picked. We said no way they're going to do that to him. Punk can take a loss.
Right. And did you notice, towards the end of that last match with Bryan and the wife, it almost looked like they were doing the same finish all over again, where one guy gets thrown into the announce table, another guy gets bashed outside the ring. It was almost like they were doing the same booking ending that they did for the CM Punk match earlier on in the night. But then again, the wives come up on top, so who knows what's going to happen with, Bryan now, because after last Monday night at that Slammy Awards finish, and everybody was so into Daniel Bryan, now they've handed him a loss. So you have to wonder, is this a deep push for him, or is this just basically
I think this is
obstacle?
No, this is a knock him down so he can win the Royal Rumble type of thing. But the problem is they could do the same thing with John Cena. But both John Cena and Daniel Bryan are in the same position where one of them is set up to, it's okay to knock him down now, because if they go through the entire Rumble and win it, they're built right back up for that WrestleMania main event.
One thing you're both forgetting, though, is think about how they've been booking lately, where they have been booking this distraction style, where they have the main thing, and then everything that the fans want, they kind of push aside into some distraction angle, like CM Punk versus Paul Heyman. And then what they could do now with Daniel Bryan trying to get into the title picture, but losing against the Wyatts. CM Punk winning against the Shield 1-on-3, which is, I mean, we haven't even mentioned that yet. That's one of the craziest things of all time. The fact that the Shield of the unbeatable team lost to one man. This could lead to CM Punk and Daniel Bryan getting in each other's way, trying to be the man to go to WrestleMania for the title. Therefore, maybe setting up their match at Mania, which is our second best, if Daniel Bryan doesn't have his title match, what we'd like to see moment is CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan. So we could easily have now CM Punk or Daniel Bryan coming out saying, well, I want my rematch now because even though Randy Orton won, Cena promised me a title match and I still think I should get a title match. Then CM Punk coming out saying, why should you get a title match? You lost to the Wyatts. I beat the fucking Shield.
Right.
That's right. So there you have kind of like a rivalry right there. Like, I won my 3-on-1. You didn't. I'm better than you. So right there, that sets up kind of like that antagonism between the two. But the other thing too is, again, we need to not forget what happened at the end of Raw last Monday night with everybody going after everybody. A lot of seeds were planted, things were thrown up in the air. So, I would definitely say January leading up to the Royal Rumble is going to be very interesting to see where all of these things lead. As we start getting a clearer picture of what's going to happen come WrestleMania. So I'm kind of excited. Like I said, tonight ended on a good note. I'm actually optimistic about January as we head into WrestleMania season, so I'm very happy tonight. So
nice.
Anyway,
that was good.
Absolutely. But yeah, great show tonight, Joe. Keep up the good work. I'll keep listening, okay?
Yeah, man. Stick around. Thanks. Take it easy.
Absolutely. Later. Bye.
Great call right there.
I like that guy. My major thought is, what are they going to do with John Cena? I see either Cena or Orton being the champion after the Royal Rumble, because I think John Cena's going to get the rematch. But if he doesn't get a rematch, John Cena's not winning the Royal Rumble this year, so that's definitely not happening. And I don't know if he's not going to win the Royal Rumble, and he's not going to get a championship rematch. What does he have for WrestleMania?
I mean, you still have the Undertaker. I mean, although I really believe Brock Lesnar Undertaker is where it's going, but you have plenty of places Cena can go for WrestleMania, and that we may not know about yet. Obviously, that we don't know about. But there's a lot of things he can do, and I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, Randy Orton is apparently in my mind, I would think, staying champion until WrestleMania. I mean, of course, at Elimination Chamber that could change, but it's still, I don't know. But let's take a call real quick. Let's move through some of these calls. I know you guys are all calling in. I've missed about 70 calls, so let's go to 631. What's going on?
What up, Joe?
What's going on?
Yeah, I was trying to watch TLC through Ustream because some people was streaming it through Ustream, but they kept getting taken down.
Of course.
So is your question what happened?
No, I was I thought TLC was pretty good. I watched some of the matches, CM Punk's match against the Shield. The only thing I missed was the main event.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no, really? That's too bad. I loved what they did with
it was a really good match.
John Cena got handcuffed to the ropes, and then Randy Orton threw the key away into the crowd, which I thought was interesting because someone could have thrown it back to Cena or something.
I was thinking that someone was going to do that.
But here's the other thing: if you have a key to the handcuffs and you don't want a guy to get out of it, you don't even, you just throw him into the ring or something. You don't even bring him out.
I was hoping he would do the classic cheesy, just swallow the key. That would have been so fucking funny.
Oh my god! Did anyone else?
I thought they were going to screw Orton.
That's what I thought. I kept thinking, what if Orton was about to win, but McMahon came out, and then all of a sudden Cena was their guy?
Yeah, because on SmackDown, when Randy Orton apologized to Triple H has that confidence in Randy Orton, and he said, oh, "Sure, Randy," and then he gave him that smirk before he left. I was like, I had a bad feeling about this. They're gonna screw Orton.
But what was great is they threw out all that bullshit, and you got the feeling that even if John Cena had walked away the winner, they would have done the same thing. They would have come out, they would have congratulated him and shaken his hand and held up his arms while he held both belts.
Right.
They made you believe in the lineage. It was awesome.
I honestly didn't It was weird to me though, because the one thing for one, if I was in that crowd when they threw the key, I would have thrown it back at Cena. No,
Right.
like I just wanted to see what would happen.
Right.
Second of all, I don't know what happened. In my mind, I saw John Cena go to that table. I was like, all right, I think he's legitimately hurt. Because, like Chris said, I saw that tear going down his face. I didn't want to admit it because, I don't want to think John Cena seemed like a pussy, but So I thought maybe because Randy Orton was very hesitant when he was climbing up the ladder. So maybe he was waiting for like Cena to get up or something, and maybe he just like never got up. So he was like, I can't take this any longer, and just took it down.
Cena was concussed and hurt, and we didn't know about it.
And but then the second. Go ahead.
Do you think they could have a rematch at the Royal Rumble?
I hope not.
That's a good question.
I don't ever want to see another Cena Orton for like 10 years.
Yeah.
That's a good question, though. Cena's probably going to be in the Rumble, but can you see a pay-per-view where he's not booked to wrestle at the same time?
That's true.
Another thing that was going through my head, though, after the match, when I saw the McMahons come out, I thought something screwed was going to happen then.
Right.
But then you saw Stephanie McMahon clapping her fucking hands, and I'm like, oh, shit, this is going to end just like this. And I saw the TLC logo go on, and the freaking pay-per-view ended. But the thing that was going through my mind was when Randy Orton had his back turned to Triple H, and he was, like, shaking hands with Vince, I thought Triple H was just going to give Randy Orton a big pedigree, like bring a referee inside the ring and count the 1, 2, 3 for Triple H to win.
Yeah.
That's the one way you can screw, like, Randy Orton. That would have been really funny. But, yeah, I was so dissatisfied. Like I thought something was gonna happen that was gonna be screwy, and then it ended up not being screwy, and I was so dissatisfied.
What they did was they realized, okay, how can we make the lineage important again? Like we're trying to make the Intercontinental title important. We're trying to make the world title matter again. Here's what we'll do. We'll show them that we don't care about screwing people over to the point where they call up their king and get a fucking refund. All right. We'll show them that we're not below that. I'm sorry, we're not above that. We'll definitely stoop to that level. Then we'll plant every possible seed to screw over people in as many possible ways as can. So we'll have all of these options all in front of us. Right. And when it comes to this match, when we have all these opportunities and we've shown you we're willing to go there, we'll specifically not. And that's why they showed you, that's why they teased so many different screw jobs, was to show you not only are we willing to do it, but we will do it. But for this match, we're going to put that aside.
I do like how they didn't have a screw job because this shows that the belts are going to literally stay with each other, bringing a new belt, whatever. But what I didn't realize was, because this is why I legitimately think that John Cena was hurt and that Randy Orton took these belts down. That's my theory for tomorrow on Raw, if John Cena's hurt or whatever. But what was I going to say? Yeah, Randy Orton. Why would they pick Randy Orton to win? What is he going to do? I do not want to see Randy Orton have those belts at WrestleMania or main event WrestleMania. And John Cena is like their golden boy. So I don't know why they wouldn't pick John Cena unless they have big plans for him in the Rumble or something for WrestleMania. But I don't know why they chose Randy Orton to become the unified champion, which they're not even calling anymore.
They made a good point. Yeah, no, the champion of champions, or for some reason they kept saying the world heavyweight champion.
Please don't call it
the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Jesus.
But what was I gonna say? I don't remember. Go on.
I just hope that they don't call it that. I can't take the champion of champions. Please, God, don't let them continue to call it that. I will shoot myself in the nuts if they continue to call it that.
They're not calling it that anymore.
And we don't know. Do we know? We don't know what they're calling it. You know what I mean?
From the whole night tonight, they were calling it the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Right.
All right, that works for me. What if they bring back the old winged eagle belt or whatever? Wouldn't that be cool?
I love that belt.
Oh my God, I would love that.
Yeah, your show sucks, and I hope you fucking die.
Or Randy Orton made a snake belt.
702, you're on. What's up, buddy? Or you're not there.
Swinging
702, that's Las Vegas.
702, Vegas. Hey, they're right next to you. Maybe it's Disco Inferno. Maybe he's calling. Maybe it's the Disco. Let's take an unknown caller. I have like 3 unknown callers right now. So let's take one of those 3 unknowns. What's up?
Oh, hey, this is Jacker885.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, this is my first time calling. I've always been sub years, but I heard Chris say his thing about where he said that like CM Punk could go out there and say to like Randy Orton whether he could like probably because I was saying probably since CM Punk won against the Shield, couldn't he like go to Randy Orton and say, oh, since you're like the best and all that, I could like play like have a match against you, and then probably that could be the feud between CM Punk and Randy Orton, because remember Randy Orton like slapped CM Punk
right
the last like Raw, so like CM Punk could get like all pissed and all that shit. So,
I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that everything that happened on Raw the other night as like a non-linear event, like an event that doesn't mean anything at this point to me. It was
like when Stone Cold walked by CM Punk at that pay-per-view, and they just kind of had a stare down just to tease the fact that they want to wrestle but probably won't.
Right, because that's how I take it. They were just trying to sell the pay-per-view and anything went. I mean, you had CM Punk punching Triple H and nothing has been said. I mean, maybe that will all be squared away on Raw tomorrow. I don't know, but I'm taking it as all that stuff was junk, and there's nothing to come from it.
Yeah, I was just saying that because I know the best what everyone wants is like CM Punk against like Daniel Bryan, so I would think it'd be best to have CM Punk and Randy Orton. We have a couple like the pay-per-views until Royal Rumble, where then Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble, and then with that, CM Punk probably by then will be the champion, and then he'll probably defend against Randy Orton, Elimination Chamber, beat him, and then WrestleMania Daniel Bryan against CM Punk.
Well, here's another interesting thing. Now this is something Joe's gonna like, I'm sure. Is we are forgetting that the Intercontinental title is suddenly officially now very, very important. And granted, I love Big E Langston, but it's on Big E Langston. That is not going to be permanent now that that title has exponentially grown in importance. So what if all of a sudden, I mean, how important are we going to make this title? Are we going to sit there and be like, well, CM Punk held the WWE title for 434 days, so he's the best in the world, and it's stupid he's not getting a title match against Orton. Well, no, that game has changed. That title is a different title now, and only so far Cena and Randy Orton are in that category. We haven't even defined who else is in that category yet.
Right.
So what if someone takes the belt off of Big E Langston, and all of a sudden at WrestleMania we have CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental title, which makes that title more important. The match is going to be worth something. We're not going to be looking down on it as like, oh, well, it's stupid that it's for the... No, it's going to be, that's awesome. The Intercontinental title matters again, and these are the two people as to why. If John Cena and Randy Orton are the two top guys in the company for the main title, why not Daniel Bryan and CM Punk be the two top guys in the company for the Intercontinental title?
I agree 100% with that. Okay.
Go ahead. I just had to swallow some of this man jizz. I mean, water.
Wonderful. I was going to say that I totally 100% agree with that because I wouldn't want to see CM Punk win both those belts again both the belts, not again, but even if he won, I don't want to see him be the main guy because since we saw him throughout the whole year of 2012 as the guy, I don't want to see him be the guy again for another 2 months, maybe in 2015, maybe June 2014. If he wins the championship, we'll be like, all right, why not? But I do not want to see him win the title.
And even picture this. Picture when he was having his feud with Paul Heyman. Pretend that entire time we already had a unified title, and that whole time Punk was carrying around the IC belt like Shawn Michaels while being a dick to Paul Heyman. How cool that'd have been, you know?
Yeah, you're right. No, I would enjoy that. 713, you're on with us. What's up? Maybe on a delay. What's up? Let's get wet. Are you listening? Well, give us a call back, 713. Sorry, I think he was listening to the computer and not his cell phone or wherever he was calling from. 646, can you recover 713?
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, you didn't know? You
better call somebody!
Joe, what's up, man?
What's up? Nice entrance. I like that.
It's the Endless Jams up in here. You know what it is.
Dillis, baby. What's going on? How was that for pay-per-view for you, man?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of sad about Roman Reigns, man. That guy is hurt, you know? Oh, my God. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Dude, did you see Randy Orton when he was folding up the ladder, when he smashed the ladder up and then sliced his thumb open? That was the most painful thing I've ever seen. Like, I was just like, ugh! Like,
a chill went down my spine.
Yeah, I almost threw up. I mean, me and Leah, we were all watching it, and then I was just like, ooh! And then you saw his thumb all bloody, and you were just like, you know that hurts.
You know, you guys are so shocked about the match. I'm shocked that they showed when
The blood.
Orton won the world heavyweight title from Benoit. I thought they were never going to show that.
Oh yeah.
I made a video talking about that. I said, yeah, right now somebody at WWE is fired. Right now is what it is.
Right. Yeah, I was like, wow, they actually showed it because I don't know if you remember that RKO. That to me is like the best RKO he's ever done. That when he won the belt from Benoit.
Yeah.
That was like the best RKO ever.
You know he's pissed about it too. He's like, God damn it, why? Like, never mind your kids.
But showing footage of that in the WWE is like if they all of a sudden leaked a different angle of the JFK assassination. It's like, no, hold on, wait a minute, we have to cover this up. Shut the fuck up.
That's why I compared it to like a person showing a dick in the middle of a Disney movie. In a movie theater. Like, that's what it was. Like, you're fired. Some dude is fired. Like, some producer or director was like, I hate Smith. He's an asshole. So he went and he stuck that. So he stuck. I got that one too. So he stuck that little clip of Chris Benoit in there, and then Vince came in like, what the hell was going on? And then this guy was like, I don't know. Smith edited that clip.
Right.
And that's what happens, man. Dillis Jams.
I'm picturing Vince McMahon.
Chopping up my family.
I'm picturing Vince McMahon walking into the Stanford office and just walking up to a guy sitting at a computer with headphones, just fucking doing his regular job. And then he turns around and sees the door open and Vince walk through, and then he stands up and takes headphones off, and he's like, Vince, what's going on? And before he can get a sentence out, Vince just blasts him in the face as hard as he can.
What are you guys gonna rate it?
I give tonight. I mean, you guys are gonna hate me because I'm gonna give it what I normally would. But I give tonight a 7.5 for a pay-per-view.
I'm gonna give it a 6 because it's a TLC, and you know how they didn't even manage to put effort in putting at least a chair in every match. You know, it didn't really make sense to me towards the last.
There was no
match.
high spot with a high flyer. That was my biggest gripe. TLC with no high flying spot. Come on.
Right. No. And I mean, Randy Orton and John Cena are not the people you want climbing a ladder. So, and to have that the only match, but I know they did it so it didn't water down the last match, so that it made the last match the most impactful, the most important. So,
but you have Seth Rollins on the card at TLC, and he doesn't do some crazy shit off a ladder.
I want to see him at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title in a ladder match. That's what my dream, but we'll see if that ever happens.
Right. Did anyone get the feeling that Goldust and Cody Rhodes are going to go heel?
No,
just me?
Not really.
I got the feeling we're going to drop the titles.
Yeah, I would if you put a gun to my head, I would have said they would retain the titles. But in the moment, I was thinking, man, Rey Mysterio and Big Show could do this.
Oh no, I just mean in the future, not at that match. I knew they were going to retain that match, but it planted the seed that okay, their title reign's probably coming to an end right.
I think it is. It's going to be over soon. You're right. It's not tonight, but it's soon. Maybe just before WrestleMania.
Joe, any word when tickets coming back?
Yeah, WrestleMania. WrestleMania. Everyone all year has asked me this. Like I get emails, I get comments. When's it coming back?
Do you know the match card?
Do I know the plans for the match? It's probably Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker.
So you're saying that actually on WrestleMania night, it's
I see what you're saying now. I get you. All right, I see. So 3 weeks before WrestleMania. That's what he's been known for. 4 weeks. Maybe something else will happen. I don't know. Dillis, man, thanks for stopping by. I'm losing my bandwidth on the Skype here.
What chat are you guys on? The Ustream chat or like?
I'm going off the Ustream mostly. I know I have YouTube up and Justin TV and Twitch, all that, but I'm going off Ustream. So I would go watch us there because we got 60 live viewers there right now, and we've got 3,000 hits going on tonight. Right. So
Ustream has been our rock lately.
Yeah, it's been our rock. Yeah, I like that
cool,
word.
Guys.
All right, later, man. I love that guy. Dillis Jams, rocking it out. Guys, just want to let everybody know that you're listening to Joe Cronin Show, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show, and go over there and subscribe to us. We're close to 1,600 subs on YouTube. We started this in August, so that's pretty cool. So go ahead over there. For all the rumors, spoilers, and random wrestling news, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. We're also broadcasting live tonight from ustream.com and from justin.tv/Joe Cronin Show. And, of course, on Twitch, we will have a new... we got something coming up with Twitch. I talked to some of the people from there the other day, and hopefully we'll be able to be on Xbox or whatever, put our little clips up or whatever. You got to write the emails, call the people, know the people, do all that crazy stuff. 704, let's take another call. Click the like button and stick the thumb up my ass. If you're watching this, tweet it to all your friends and share it all over Facebook. Do me a favor and share this and tweet this and suck us and call us at 339-226-6610. William, I'm going to take this call from William real quick. You hear me, William?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing all right. I figure, hey, international people get to we take the international calls first because he's calling from the UK, I believe. So.
Brilliant. Yeah, I was trying not to spend money on the phone call, so.
Right, exactly. Yeah, if anybody wants to Skype in the future, I apologize. I always forget this. You can Skype us at Danny Deadly, which is my old Skype name. So just Skype that, and we'll put you on that way.
Yeah, I typed in Joe Cronin Show to Skype, and Danny Deadly came up, and I was like, "What's that got to do with Joe Cronin?" So I didn't realize it was that.
Right. You know what it is my other Skype got shut. Our other Skype went down, so I had to go find that. So yeah.
Oh, Matt.
We'll be all squared away with that in about a week or two. But so you watched the pay-per-view, right? What do you watch on Sky Sports?
Yeah. It wasn't pay-per-view here. It was free for us, so it was all good.
Well, soon it will be that way with the network, the WWE network and everything.
That makes more sense. But yeah, I got the day off work tomorrow, so it's 4:30 in the morning here. So I thought I'd just stay up.
Right. We'll probably be up till that time anyway. But so did you like it? I mean, what...
I was going to say, I thought it was a really weird pay-per-view. I don't really know why. I just thought maybe this match was too big for the pay-per-view TLC. I think maybe they had it planned for something like Royal Rumble or WrestleMania or something big, because it was a huge match, table, ladders and chairs, both titles on the line. And I'm not sure they wanted to do something like that this early. It just felt a bit flat for me.
Well, what they wanted to do was they wanted to have the titles unified going into Mania, so that instead of having a unification title match at Mania, they can show how important this title is on the road to WrestleMania, so that the guy who wins the Rumble only has one match in mind, one main event in mind. The Rumble winner is going against the champion.
Who do you think that's going to be then?
Good question.
Well, I think Daniel Bryan's going to win the Royal Rumble and go against the champion, whoever that is. If it's Randy Orton, it's Randy Orton. I mean, maybe it is Randy Orton, because then you're telling the story full circle. You know what I mean? With Randy Orton from SummerSlam and all that other stuff. But tonight was about putting, like you said, making the title important again and reintroducing it and building up that importance. And that's why they took it seriously tonight, which at the end I was a little shocked, but it isn't until now that we're talking that I understand why they did this and why it happened this way. So, and hey, they didn't think a lot of people were going to buy this pay-per-view anyway, although they tried to do their best to sucker The Last of Us in with that Raw ending the other night. Hell, they suckered me in. I watched it, right? I'm the biggest sucker.
On Main Event every Wednesday, Michael Cole does this interview thing with Triple H. Michael Cole actually mentioned that picture at the end of Raw with Randy Orton on the ground and John Cena standing next to the Authority. Yeah. And Triple H was like, well, people can talk and people can talk about pictures and stuff, but let me just guarantee you that there'll be one champion after TLC. So,
and what's great is every other time he said that, he was lying through his teeth, but this time he's like, well, why wouldn't you believe me? It's the unification match. Right, so great.
Yeah. I completely agree with the first caller you had on tonight as well. I thought it was great that it was just a straight ending. Cena lost straight. There wasn't anything crazy at the end. No screw ups. It was just a decent ending, I thought.
Yeah, clean.
Yeah,
so it was all right.
It was surprising, actually. I gotta say, the ending was surprising, and we were a little bit shocked here, but I like the way they did it. What do you think? Backing off here a little bit, because I know we've spent the whole time talking about basically how it ended, but why wouldn't we? But did you get these reports of AJ getting into the fight with the NBC reporter or whatever during the tribute for the troops?
I heard about it.
You heard about it? All right, so I guess, apparently, supposedly, and this is being reported from multiple people all over the place, that this lady, the reporter for NBC, like, kind of insulted CM Punk somehow. And, like, he was kind of, like, pissed about it a little bit. And then he must have told AJ, since that's his girlfriend. And then she was like, F this, where is she? And then AJ went looking for her and, like, flipped out. So when I got wind of that news, I was like, well, that's it. They want to put the Divas title on it, one of the Divas, Total Divas ladies anyway. This could be it. I think that's the wrong decision. I think AJ should run with it until WrestleMania. But
yeah, I agree.
But you know what I mean? I guess not. And then someone else was 100%, the source I found that is almost never wrong. They were like dead serious. They're taking the belt off her, and I was telling everybody that. And they didn't. And I was shocked when AJ just won, and the match was good, too. No botch Natalia.
Yeah.
Is AJ Lee really dating CM Punk?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, so
I was surprised about that as well.
Yeah, she usually likes black guys.
Well, there's some things we don't know about CM Punk's, we don't know.
Well, I was going to say, actually, but I thought it would be quite an unpopular thing to say, but I actually ranked that Divas match as probably about the third best match of the night. I thought it was really good, and I'm really shocked that I'm saying that.
I would agree with you. I would absolutely agree with you. The bar has been set high by TNA with that Slammiversary match. So it wasn't there, but for WWE standards, that was the best Divas match that WWE has had in a while. Maybe
every Divas match looked like that. I wouldn't care that it wasn't as crazy and balls to the wall as TNA. I'm just asking for some solid, consistent, good matches. They don't have to be 5-star matches. Just give me solid 3 stars and the occasional 4-star instead of constant 1 stars and then magically a 2-star.
I was laughing though that they couldn't help but end it with a roll up. It was a decent match,
but it was the best roll up we've seen in a while because it was actually a tight, like, good looking roll up instead of the loose, sloppy, like my fucking grandmother could have kicked out of that roll up that we usually see.
right.
Yeah. Sorry, you're British. My nan could have kicked out of that roll up.
My nan couldn't have done. She's broke her hip, so.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. I mean to bring that up.
No, it's all right.
Well, mine's dead, so I mean, how do you think I feel? Anyway, let me just kill myself.
So supposed to say that.
But anyway, so back to things that don't make me cry. This 7.5 for me. Chris, I want to hear what you give this thing tonight.
I'll give it an 8, and I never do that for pay-per-views. Solid 8. The Divas match was one of the you can kind of tell the quality of a pay-per-view by its Divas match, oddly enough. It's really strange by that, where that's the lowest common denominator, really, in all pay-per-views. And if that can actually pull it off and the other matches don't suck, then there's really nothing bad to say about it. Granted, there could have been better things to say, which would warrant a 9 or a 10 or even a 0.5, but just I thoroughly enjoyed myself. At no point did I decide to hit the snooze button and go make a sandwich or something. I was compelled to watch every match. There was no filler, in my opinion, except for maybe Ms. Kofi, but the crowd chanting boring made up for it. It kind of equalized it. Or I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, 8. I gave it a 7.5. I think we're pretty close here. I enjoyed it too. I thought it was a solid pay-per-view. It was one of those, a normal pay-per-view for WWE like a year or two ago, where we've been getting these bizarre. We've been in Wonderland recently. But what do you think, Jaron?
I'm going to give it an 8.5 because I think it's the best pay-per-view we've seen in the past 5-6 months.
Okay, yeah, I get you there.
Yeah,
and you know what, Jaron?
Wait a minute.
Jaron giving it that high of a rating while Cena lost a lot.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that, to be honest.
I think that match was great, though. That was one of the greatest matches I've seen with Randy Orton in a while. And I thought that was really good. And I love how Randy Orton pulls off those crazy RKOs. I remember they had a John Cena versus Randy Orton tables match a couple years ago, and John Cena had Randy Orton up for the AA, and Randy Orton reversed it in the middle of the air and turned it into RKO to the table. I thought that was great. And they did just like the same thing when they pushed him off the ladder tonight. I thought that was amazing.
It was
Even
good.
John Cena was, on the other end, but, it was good. I have some bad luck with pay-per-views. I've only been to 3 pay-per-views in my life. TLC, the only face that won that night was Kofi Kingston,
Right.
and AJ Lee turned heel. WrestleMania, apparent AJ Lee was apparently a clusterfuck. Like no, I'm not AJ Lee. Fucking WrestleMania. Why did I say AJ Lee? WrestleMania was a clusterfuck because it was just so stupid. Like all the matches and stuff were boring and whatnot. And then Battleground.
Yeah, that's terrible. I'm sorry. You should have had to pay like half price. Like you talk about people getting their money back. Like you should have gotten your money back for sure.
Hey, do you guys think they'll ever bring a pay-per-view to the UK? Or sorry, not ever, but do you think they'll bring one again to the UK, like a proper one, not some rubbish insurrection shit?
I was just going to mention Insurrection. It's really funny you mentioned that. But I hope so, because your crowds are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I am so jealous of your crowds. Like, if every city in America was the same way that fucking London and Manchester fucking react to the WWE, I would lose my shit every night on Raw just from the pure energy. You guys bring it back to the Attitude Era. It's great.
Yeah, I loved it. But you know what it is? And it's because we don't go there a lot. I mean, everybody's waiting and waiting and waiting for this to come.
Right.
It's like, how about this? NFL, you can stay in America, but we'll take the WWE a little bit more. How about that?
But I think it's a sense of humor thing as well. I think when things aren't happening in the ring and the crowds get bored, the American crowds do get bored, but the British crowds start doing some sort of football/soccer type chants.
Well, it's you know what it's like. You know what it is? It's the hardcore fans. This is all it is. I don't even know if it's all necessarily a British or English or a Canada or America thing. I think because like after Raw, Raw after WrestleMania is crazy. I mean, 90% of the crowd is American. 90%, I would say, after a Raw. But it's crazy because people are amped up and excited about things.
I'd say a good 60% also went to WrestleMania as well and carried over into the next night.
Now, if you could put Raw in England for a year, I mean, if they were like that every night, then maybe I'd take all that back. I mean, but I love it in England. I remember we had that terrible Monday Night Raw, but the crowd was so awesome that we gave it a better rating. Like, and that makes it more exciting right off the bat. But you're right. Also, Americans do have a different. I don't know. They're just like not fazed by a lot of the stuff.
Well, we're spoiled. We can go to a WWE event. Maybe it's just a live event and not televised, but pretty much whenever we want. At least once a year, they'll come to your city, even if you live in the middle of fucking bumfuck Indiana.
Right.
They're gonna come by.
Yeah, you're right.
So when you go, it's like, oh, cool, I get to go. Whatever. Like I decided to buy tickets, not I get to go. In England, it's I got to go. So during the boring points. You guys still have the energy. You're still like, well, fuck it. Like, even though this match is boring, I can't believe I'm in a WWE arena. I'm going to make the most of it. Instead of us, where if a match is boring, we're like, we're going to go get a pretzel in the stadium we've been to a million times to see football games and other shit.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. I don't think it would be the same if it was here all year round, but it's here again in March. It's in London in, I think it's March or May. It's one of the months that begins with M.
How about WrestleMania in London? I would love WrestleMania to happen in London. I think that would be great. And the other thing, it's funny, speaking of England and stuff, it's weird on YouTube, like my entire last 6 years, I've had 2 YouTubes. This one, of course, that we started not this one, but Joe Cronin Show, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. For August, we started it, really. And ever since then, and my old YouTube, I don't know why, but England tends to like me. I don't know what it is, like, even sometimes more than America. Like, I got 3 subs one time from the U.S., but then I got like 30 from England, and the videos aren't getting to them as well, but the sense of humor, the comments below, people thought...
Because we're not afraid to use the word cunt.
I don't know what it is, but for some reason, like, my girlfriend, she'll be like, what are you talking about? And you're crazy. And like, I don't know what you're saying. But then the English people, like, they just get the sense of humor. I don't know what it is. Anthony Estrada, you're on with us now too, by the way.
I think it might be the way you sort of talk about things, the way you analyze things. It's not all statistics and rubbish like that. It's the sense of humor.
Right. Yeah. I'm all over the place. Yeah, Anthony, I can hear you. What's up, man?
Hi. I'm from the United States, but I'm in Spain right now because of my family. So it's another international call.
Oh, nice.
I want to know. I'm an Undertaker fan, but I want to know. I heard that Sting is going to come back, and they say that he even might have a match at WrestleMania against the Undertaker. Do you think that's even true? Or
this is the third year they've said that. First of all,
right? We've been talking about this for 3 years. I just recently posted a video for Slamming Wrestling News where I basically said that Sting, it looks like going forward with TNA right now because they've got him booked in the 2 months ahead of time right now. They have him booked into February. It's sporadic appearances, but his contract isn't set yet. So
he's there, CM Punk.
Yeah, so I'm a little confused by that. So that makes me think no. Like I made a video that said you will definitely see Sting back by WrestleMania, and this was like 8 months ago or something. And I'm completely have been wrong on that, and I don't think he's probably going to make it to the WWE. I don't think WWE now wants Sting versus Undertaker, like the two of them being so older now. So I don't know. But where is Undertaker's guy gonna be? I said Brock Lesnar, no doubt, 6 months ago, and I'm going to ride with it. I'm going to say that Undertaker still wrestles Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But we've been waiting for Sting forever. And this is the same thing as CM Punk versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. The longer it goes, the less likely it just seems to be that it's going to happen.
And the less good the match will be if it does happen.
Right, the more I don't want to see it, actually, yeah. Because...
So let's say, yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure you're right. Brock Lesnar's going to have a match at WrestleMania against Undertaker this year, but do you think next year John Cena will have a match against Undertaker for 31?
We talked about it for this year recently, but I think now that John Cena, may not be in the title picture, it could be Cena. Cena versus The Undertaker. That would be interesting. But here's the thing. I don't think it really actually would be interesting to me now because John Cena just lost to Randy Orton in tables and ladders and chairs, and he's lost a few other times in the recent months. How am I supposed to believe that now Cena's going to beat The Undertaker's streak?
Because John Cena gets booked to do crazy things all the time. Just one match is not enough to make anyone lose faith in John Cena. I'm surprised even it made you say that just now, because think about it. Yeah, John Cena's lost against Daniel Bryan clean, without tables, without chairs, in a regular match.
That's
1,
what I'm
2,
saying.
3, no funny. So, all this happens, but when you look at the stats and the pure, you're not going to see... all right. When the Patriots, not to use a football reference, but when we went undefeated the entire season as the Patriots, undefeated an entire season, and then lost the Super Bowl, was anyone like, well, why am I supposed to believe Tom Brady's ever going to get us to the Super Bowl again? No, fuck you. Just who gives a shit if we went undefeated then lost the Super Bowl? It's Tom Brady's stats are there.
But wrestling,
we have faith in him.
It works different for me with wrestling, and I'm sorry.
It does.
I don't believe that Cena, you know what I mean? It would be a great match, but at no time would I believe that John Cena was going to win. And it would take something pretty monumental for me to believe that Undertaker will lose at this point. And but the only other way.
Here's the tightrope that they're walking with Cena, though. If the initial question is Cena versus Taker, when are we going to see it? I guarantee they want Taker's last match at Mania probably to be against Cena, where that's the last one. They're going to advertise it as the last one, his retirement match, which then you're going to think, is he going to win or lose his last match at Mania? The tightrope they're walking with that is that Taker doesn't know on a year-to-year basis when his last year is going to be. So that's kind of what they got to figure out.
Personally, I wanted Cena versus Undertaker to be 31 for his last one because it's going to be in California, and I live in California, and that will be the first WrestleMania I ever go to. So, because Joe, do you know when's the last WrestleMania they ever had in California? Because they always have it in the East Coast.
The last. The only one I can think of is WrestleMania 12 being the. But no, WrestleMania 20.
They gave California SummerSlam.
No, Hollywood. WrestleMania going Hollywood. WrestleMania 21.
Yeah, 21. There you go.
And then before that they did it in Anaheim, at WrestleMania 12.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
the first pay-per-view Chris ordered.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so yeah, that was the Goldust Hollywood Backyard Brawl versus Roddy Piper, where he kissed his crotch and hit him in the head with a baseball bat or something. And then they did the OJ chase. I love that. WrestleMania is so good. That is one of my favorite of all time. And then, of course, Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart in that hour-long Iron Man match that was just great.
So good.
I'm seeming. I'm jizzing in my crotch right now.
It was Roddy Piper who actually announced that it was going to be an Iron Man match. Do you remember that?
Vaguely. I don't exactly.
For some reason either he was
he was the interim commissioner when Gorilla Monsoon got sick. Basically, is what happened.
Right. So he said, and it's not going to be a normal match. It's going to be an Iron Man match. And like fucking 12-year-old me or whatever had no idea what the fuck he was talking about.
Me too.
Like, what's a fucking Iron Man?
I thought like some of the Marvel superheroes are going to be there. I didn't know what that meant. Right. It was real weird.
Robert Downey Jr. is a special guest referee.
Yeah.
Joe, can I ask you something? So I want to ask you, since these are my locals, what do you think about the 49ers San Francisco?
I don't know what the hell they're doing. Like, I can't understand why they can't.
Because they went to the Super Bowl last year, but they got fucked. I know.
Ever since that power outage, like, everything has just seemed wrong. No, actually.
They even said, like, a 49ers fan, he's like, oh, fuck this. I'm going to go to the stadium and fucking turn all the lights off. And then he, like, helped the 49ers.
I feel bad for them.
My father's favorite team and my stepfather's favorite team are the 49ers. So I know, like, a lot of stuff about them. And I come from a house where it's, like, 49ers everywhere. So apparently they're doing really good right now.
Well, I think it's blasphemy to even talk about football when we got some UK fans watching, since we have no right to call this sport football.
Is the UK fan here? Hey,
definitely American football.
If the UK fan is still here, my favorite football team is Chelsea, just to let you know.
Oh, Jesus. Manchester United, bitch. Anyway.
They're both terrible teams, but I'll let you both off.
It's okay. I don't even have a stake in Manchester United. I'm just joking.
That's the one that Joe knows. So
that's the one I know, so that's the one I said, right?
Okay, neither do most Manchester United fans have anything to do with Manchester, so.
Right. No, it's more like they're like the Yankees, aren't they, of football, right?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I know why people don't like them, and I tend not to like them either, so anyway, I just pissed off a whole bunch of people probably. But I don't like Manchester United, all right? But no, here's the thing. You cannot call this sport football in America. This is the dumbest thing. You know, it's like the metric system. We were like, let's change how the metric, let's do it this way instead, so we're complete fucking idiots to everyone else. And also, let's name a sport football when it really doesn't have that much to do with your feet. It makes no sense. It should just be called dumb guys hitting each other ball. That's what it should be called. Or
egg-shaped handball or something.
Yeah, handball, throw ball maybe or something. But you know what I mean? You know, you can't sit in an office room or conference room with all these people creating this sport and be like, handball. And they'd be like, no, we're not calling it fucking handball.
Calling American football is kind of like if you were to call hockey goalies. That's not the whole game, idiot.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't make sense. I mean, the guy punts the ball once. If I lived in another country and I grew up and there was like, I mean, you think about like cricket or something like that, where we're always making fun of stuff over here. But it's like you think in another country, they're like.
I'm actually watching cricket right now.
That's funny. We played that drunk one time. We like read the rules and we started drinking and then we all played and it must have been the most ridiculous looking thing. But
doesn't it take like 5 days to play a game?
Yeah.
4 days.
But at least that's kind of, see, it's like our baseball, but even worse. So, I mean, like, if you think...
just to play one fucking game, it takes 5 days.
Can you imagine, like, you're watching the game, and then you're like, I gotta go to bed, and then you wake up, and it's still going on, and you're freaking out, like, but then you gotta go to school, and the game is still on. You know what type of anxiety and nervous stomach I would have while I shit myself, wondering if my team was gonna win the fucking cricket cup, or whatever they call it?
It's like the Stanley Cup Finals every fucking match.
You're right, actually. It is kind of like that, but at least you know there's a set time when it starts again. But does it start and stop, or does it just go continuous?
No, it starts and stops.
Okay.
Actually, at the moment, the game I'm watching, it's Australia versus England, and it's in Australia. So the game for us here is 2:30 in the morning until 10 in the morning. So barely anyone watches it.
Can you imagine the type of schizophrenia that would start in this country if they had anything like that going on?
Hey, but it sends you to sleep after about half an hour anyway. So
yeah, you're right, because it's like our baseball. You know what I mean? People in America are starting to. So many people here make fun of our sport in baseball. I can't watch it; it's too boring. All that stuff.
The thing I find funny about baseball is that the winner of your season, it wins the World Series, but only one country competes in it.
Oh,
Wait
right.
a minute, hold on. I have a defense for this, and I've actually said this to multiple people. Okay, here's the deal. This is why America calls championships world championships. 9 out of 10 times, we invented the sport. And 9 out of 10 times, we're the best at that sport. Granted, yes, because we invented it, but we're the best in the world. So if you want to say that your baseball team is better than the winner of our World Series, bring them by.
Well, here's the other thing too. America's not winning when somebody wins the World Series. It's not like America won. It's that team won, and all the teams in the league except teams from other countries. If you're good enough.
Here's the other thing. Name one person without a Hispanic heritage who's a fucking Major League Baseball great, or a heritage that's not fucking Native American. We're America. We're the melting pot. So we have people from all over the world. So
and
granted,
Hideki
on a
Matsui
team,
and Asians.
What?
There's a few Asians. Like Ichiro's
okay,
pretty
but
good.
the point
Hideki
is,
Matsui.
how many are either Native American or even just fucking European? Like
Right.
0.
70.
That's true.
Well, don't you guys think rugby in England, what they have, is more of a manly sport because they don't have all the armor and shit like what we do here?
Yeah,
in
but
America?
it's also a fetish sport because all I ever see is them all tugging on each other and a guy's head in someone else's ass, and they're sweating and spitting on each other as they push the pile. Like so, it's there's no. I don't see the high impact.
Here's the other thing. Granted, yes, they're all more cut and more athletic for the most part, and probably could fucking run circles around our American footballers. But at the same time,
No, I don't think that's true.
Well, I mean,
Speed-wise.
Well, here's why I'm saying this. Because we also have a bunch of fucking 500-pound men fucking you have to run through. So granted, yeah, you have pads, but you have to get through a fucking line that collectively weighs like fucking 6 tons. So
What if the NFL was just like, F it, no more pads. You guys wear pink spandex, you guys wear blue spandex, and that's all. Let's go for it,
XFL.
And everyone wears the cup on the outside, like Clockwork Orange. It's the weirdest thing you ever seen. Rugby is weird, yeah, but they're tough. They're tough. It's interesting to see how in 3 different continents, in different countries, how these sports evolve and what people watch. But the one constant thing is you have the same thing in every country. You have a certain group of people who hate sports and can't stand that mentality, and then you have the bro guys who want to drink beer and fight each other over their team. And it's the mentality is the same in every place. It's just different types of sports, I guess. I don't know.
That's interesting.
It is very interesting, but
Now let's go on to basketball.
Right. So now let's talk about the Baboon Ballet. No, but that was terrible.
Guys, thanks very much for having me on. It's a great show, so thanks for having me on.
Yeah, keep listening, William. Thanks for calling, man. We'll talk to you later, all right?
Okay, take it easy, guys.
All right, bye-bye. We need to get some more white guys in basketball. You know what it is? Soon, white guys beware, because soon the black guys are going to figure out a way to steal hockey equipment, and they're going to take over hockey too. How about that? So all you freaked out rich white people, get ready, because they're coming to take hockey from you. That's what I'm thinking.
Joe, I don't know if this makes me creepy or not, but I was one day searching up WWE superstars and their tattoos, what they mean. I was looking for Randy Orton, like The Undertaker, but I couldn't seem to find it. Do you even know what their tattoos mean?
Yeah, they mean he went into a tattoo shop and said, "Make me look like a douchebag," and then he was like, "Yes, sir."
Oh my God! Hey. That's like that guy who called to say our show sucks. I bet you he's got a fucking butterfly tattoo with a dildo.
Yeah, your show sucks.
Jordan just went in and he was like, "Hey, you know those Ed Hardy shirts that make you look like you have tattoos when you don't? Well, I actually want the tattoos." And the guy was like, "All right." And then he was like, "Do you want a fucking tribal or a skull?" And he was like, "All right, give me a fucking tribal skull." And he was like, "What is that?" And he was like, "You fucking figure it out." And then there you go. Randy Orton's tattoos were born.
Right.
Make me look like I'm wearing sleeves.
Diabolical Sound says, did anyone else get the feeling that they were planning something more? I mean, there was still like 10 minutes to play with, and the way Randy climbed the ladder, it stood there, it seemed less like he was sitting in the moment, and more like something else was supposed to happen. And he says, I think Cena landed wrong and honestly couldn't get up in time, so the decision was made to end it early.
Unless John Cena fucking blew out his quad, there's no way he wouldn't have just climbed the ladder and fucking ripped out the title. out of all people, like his persevere, never give up, whatever attitude. Granted, yeah, it's a big marketing ploy, but at the same time, that's how he would be in a ring. He would fucking climb the ladder with a broken arm and fucking use his good arm to swing it up and grab the belt.
Oh, and Richie. I just want to say Richie137 also said WrestleMania 2000 was from Anaheim. So, but it was so terrible I forgot though. But I'm glad he pointed that out.
Yeah, I live in the NorCal. I live in the NorCal San Francisco area, so that's why.
Oh right, yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Oh wait, if John Cena just got knocked off the ladder a couple feet into a table, he can get up from that. Like I know Super Cena's not really there anymore, but whatever. Randy Orton got hit in the head with a ladder and fell through a table. And you're telling me he can get up 30 seconds later? Fucking.
Well, the way John Cena landed is what I was saying before. It looked brutal. Like, he didn't just fall through a table. He landed neck first at the bottom fucking eighth of a table. And it broke.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that something should have.
No, but it looked more brutal than Randy Orton's. Randy Orton's bump looked like something we've seen a million times. John Cena's bump, like everyone's been saying, looked like he landed wrong. And granted, if he landed the way he planned to and it still looked wrong, that's good. I believe it. I believe that would take him out because it looked that ridiculous. Just the fact that people are saying, look, maybe John Cena's injured for real sells the ending for me.
So who do you think is going to be the next person to run over Santa when Christmas comes up? Because Alberto Del Rio was the last one.
Oh my God, that was so funny. I've said it twice on this show before. That was the worst episode of Raw in the history of Raw. You can take away the freaking...
but that was so funny.
It was funny. It had, I mean, really, it was.
But that was the number one throwaway Raw, if there ever was a throwaway Raw.
The crowd was chanting, "You killed Santa."
Yeah, that's great. That moment
just Del Rio's face, he was like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry." He was really saying it hard.
No one's getting presents this year. And 702, you're on. What's up?
Hey, can you hear me this time?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you good.
Awesome. All right, so I have a couple minor points that are probably not going to mean much in the future, but notice how right before Brodus came out for his match, Kane knocked down Cena with Brodus' wrong buddy and then looked at him weird. And now that Brodus is all alone, is Kane going to, like, take over Brodus and make him a new monster or something like that?
Oh, yeah, right. That's a good idea. I didn't think about that. With the buddies, when he was fighting with the buddies?
Yeah,
I think that was just to advertise the dolls.
Yeah, that was just a commercial.
I got to tell you though, with the commercial, and I do chalk it up to maybe just a commercial, but I did almost feel like maybe he's gonna wrestle Cena or something. But my kid, my 4-year-old, was watching, and I was like, why are they doing this? And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, he was like, I want one of those, Dad. And I was like, oh, look, everybody who appeals to only 7-year-olds or 4-year-olds even a 7-year-old is like, this is stupid. Even a 7-year-old wants to kill the bull. I'm betting.
One thing that kind of pissed me off about that advertisement, and this may make me sound nerdy or childish at fucking age almost 28 now, but I think it's stupid that if they're trying to sell something like an action figure or a wrestling buddy where you're supposed to interact with it in a wrestling fashion, them just mashing the two together over and over again like a 3-year-old would do with 2 toy trucks is not how people play with fucking toys. Like, am I really supposed to believe that, like, Joe, even your kid would get that wrestling buddy, and then his friend would have a wrestling buddy, and they'd get together, and they would literally just mush them together, abdomen to abdomen?
Yeah, no,
that's how they're gonna fucking play with their toys.
Let me tell you something. My kid can throw an elbow drop off of something now, like, very well. You're right. He wouldn't do that. He would be elbow dropping it, knee dropping on the thing. He can do stuff that's when he's actually he dropped an elbow on me the other day, and I was like, oh my God, I mean, he's 4, so I was like, wow. I was like, that was good, dude. And I fake punched him in the head, and he threw himself all over the place. He looked like Shawn Michaels.
Right. So, like, yeah, so what the fuck? Like, literally, whenever adults try to market toys in any medium, it always looks like they assume that the toy is being marketed to a fucking infant. It's like, even if it's a super soaker, they're going to be like, oh, look at this gun, vroom, vroom, like it's a car or something. It's like, no, just fucking do what you would do with it now.
What would a special needs orangutan do with these toys? Like, let's find out.
Right.
Like, come on. Guys, watch us. Watch Slamming Wrestling News. Every day on my channel, youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. The rumors, the spoilers, and I talk about the current news of the day. And it's called Slamming Wrestling News on youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. And we're broadcasting live tonight from Ustream and from YouTube. Thanks to Jaron. Our ban, if you don't know, we got a strike on YouTube, and our ban will be lifted in March, so we'll be able to go live from my YouTube again on youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Subscribe to Jaron, though, if you want to, and also subscribe to Joe Cronin Show on YouTube. And, of course, Justin TV, or justin.tv/Joe Cronin Show as well. And you can tweet my Twitter, you sons of bitches, at Joe Cronin Show on Twitter. Tweet my Twitter, and I'll tweet your mother a picture of my dink. So what else do we have to say? 702. So what would you give the pay-per-view tonight? 1 to 10.
Honestly, because I have that little bit of kidness in me, but listening to your show has like helped broaden my horizons, I guess, in some weird funk way. But I would have to give the pay-per-view about a 5 tonight. Like,
really?
I don't know.
Wow.
It's been entertaining.
Hey,
really good.
702. You from Vegas?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Well, so isn't Chris.
Yeah.
I know.
That's cool, man. Yeah,
And
that's.
one more thing. You think of the Wyatt's are botching again? Remember a while back where we thought we might get the Shield and the Wyatt, and now it looks like the Shield's probably going to break up now because of that freaking screw job at the end of the Punk match.
Well, we've been talking about this for a few weeks, and talk about planting the seed. Because look at who the person was that screwed up. And what do we say about Seth Rollins and, of course, Dean Ambrose go on, and that gets, help me out, Rollins out of the Shield. And basically...
No. Ambrose is getting out of the Shield.
Oh, right. So you know what? It doesn't work. But here's the thing. What I was trying to say last Raw review, which I didn't get it off my out of my mouth in time, was this is setting up for a classic Royal Rumble fight between these guys. One guy eliminates the other, or it doesn't help the other guy, and they all get into a fight. I mean, that could be the thing that breaks them up, is just the old Royal Rumble team breaks up in the Rumble. That's
How
what
cool
I'm
would it
expecting.
be to see a triple threat match between all 3 members of the Shield at WrestleMania?
That would be awesome. To open the night, too. Oh, dude, they gotta do it. I would love to see that.
In a United States Championship match.
Yes!
Yeah, pull it off of Ambrose already. Like, the title is not even important anymore.
Don't even.
But it is
Right.
now. It is now because now it's all of a sudden as important as the Intercontinental title was just yesterday.
I don't even care if they pull it off
yeah.
Ambrose. Just defend it. Defend the title.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, have a match with the thing.
Legit match, like no disqualification, no count out. You legitimately retain the title.
Yeah.
8 months ago when you won it, my God.
Right. No, I agree, or get rid of it. I mean, I don't mind it going away either. But anyway, thanks for the call, man. It's good to hear from you tonight. What's up?
I'm gonna be trying to call on Monday. I'm not sure though. All right.
All right, man. If you do, we'll be here tomorrow. If not, we'll be here anyway. Thanks,
and
man.
one quick question. Who do you think wins the Royal Rumble at this point?
Daniel Bryan.
All right, Joe. Thanks
All right,
for
man.
Bray Wyatt.
Take it easy, Bray Wyatt. You will see a on Ustream live suicide by me if Bray Wyatt wins the Royal Rumble. Which that WWE may hear this and then elect to have Bray Wyatt win because of this. But no, please God, no.
The 2 people who I wouldn't mind seeing win the Royal Rumble that everyone would get pissed off about would be the Godfather and Yoshitatsu.
I would mark out Yoshi won. I love Yoshitatsu. I don't think he should win the Rumble, but it would be fucking hilarious. Like almost when Santino almost won the Rumble a couple of years ago.
Oh man.
It's actually Yoshitatsu won a match at WrestleMania.
Did he?
He won a 25-man battle royal at WrestleMania 25.
I remember. Okay.
Right.
That doesn't count.
So what's this news about AJ Styles in the back? Is this you're sure about this or you don't know? Jaron.
Say what?
What's this news about AJ Styles in the back tonight? Did you send me that?
AJ Styles, no.
You didn't send me that? Somebody else did. Oh, maybe Aaron did. What's all over live stream? Oh, apparently AJ Styles was in the back of TLC. That's coming from Wow Such Aaron.
That could mean anything, but hopefully it's something cool.
It could mean anything, but you're right. Hopefully it is something cool. Um, also, I'm trying to see some of the news and what happened after TLC went off the air.
John Cena flipped out of the crowd. That was great. What if
John
when,
Cena throws into the crowd.
John Cena
God.
throws
Threw his
up?
tears into the crowd.
Yeah, that's how you'd find out if he was hurt or not. You know what I mean? I mean, no, John Cena went into the crowd, thought he was a fan because he was so concussed. Tried to buy a hot dog.
If when Santa got run over, Santa just like flipped off the crowd instead of like waving. When he got carried off on the stretcher, he just said,
I think Mrs. Dad should play Santa Claus.
Mrs. Dad is Santa Claus.
Sorry, kids. I sold your present for dope.
Here's Mrs. Dad right here. I'm going to put him up on the screen. You'll probably see him in a minute. Put him right next to a You Mad Bro t-shirt. Oh, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone told me Mrs. Dad's job was fucking spinning a sign outside of a business.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, there's pictures surfacing of, McMahon meeting with Orton after the win. And all these, like, backstage pictures of McMahon kind of sitting next to Orton and hugging Orton and whatever.
Blowing Orton.
Blowing Orton, exactly.
Understandable on WWE's part, but I like how they don't really make any mention of Jericho being the first undisputed champion.
I hate that.
Yeah, people are really pissed off about the continuity.
They posted it on YouTube. They posted that match of how Jericho won both the WWE and World Heavyweight Championships in the same night. They showed that moment on YouTube. But then of course JBL had to fucking go on and say the first WWE and World Heavyweight Champion.
Right.
So aggravating.
They don't want to take it away. They just, what it is
His biography is called Undisputed.
Right.
Technically, but this is what I think. This was before the World Heavyweight Championship was the World Heavyweight Championship.
Hey, maybe they're doing that for a reason. Think about it. Jericho comes back.
This was before they dusted off the old WCW belt or whatever and gave it to Triple H. The thing was, it wasn't the World Heavyweight Championship. It was the World or Championship or whatever they called it, like the WCW belt or whatever. It wasn't the World Heavyweight Championship. So technically, the World Heavyweight Championship wasn't,
All right.
that.
Then technically, the lineage of that World Heavyweight title that they've been mentioning that was belonging to Ric Flair shouldn't have been mentioned. They shouldn't say it belongs to Ric Flair. If it's not the same belt, then it's not the WCW belt, and Ric Flair never fucking up.
It's the same belt, but it has a different name. So
all right, well, if it's the same belt and it's the same lineage, then Jericho was the first one. Come on, you have to pick one side or the other.
Right.
You can have your cake too, Jaren.
Right. Now,
I like...
real quick on the AJ thing, I did say that most likely he's going to come to the WWE. A month ago when I reported that AJ Styles' contract was coming up 3 months ago on my channel on Slamming Wrestling News, and people asked Japan or TNA or what do you think? And I was leaning towards TNA, but I said why not just jump ship and go to WWE? And that's where I think he's going to go because I hope he does, and that's it. Anyway,
me too.
What if they make AJ Styles the Bull's father of Los Matadores?
See, that's what makes me nervous about AJ Styles possibly going to WWE because we already have Daniel Bryan and WWE's not too keen on smaller guys and everything, and Daniel Bryan busted through the door. CM Punk's already here.
AJ Styles is like 40.
Right. I mean, like, what are they gonna? How is it going to work? Or I mean, is it just for WrestleMania? Like, I don't understand.
He sucks on the mic.
Yeah, he's not good. You're right. He's not good on the mic. You're right. You might as well give him a pacifier and have him suck on that and go in the ring. Just look at the camera and go. And then go out and have the match. You know what I mean? The match is
you meant like he has bad mic skills. I thought you meant like if he just came in the ring, he would take a mic and shove it in his mouth.
No, he gives bad mic, is what we're saying.
He gives bad mic, right?
He gives bad mic.
But he has a great match.
He's all teeth with his mic.
Yeah, like the mic is like dying inside as he talks. Like, remember when he tried to cut that promo the night after CM Punk cut his promo? And didn't AJ Styles kind of call out CM Punk a little bit?
He said, I'm better than the best in the world.
Yeah, he said, I'm better than the best in the world or something. There you go. CM Punk versus AJ Styles would be friggin' awesome.
Not the build-up, though. CM Punk would be phenomenal, and AJ would be like, oh, you know what? My southern accent isn't too annoying. And that's pretty much all he would say.
The only way it would be awesome is if somehow WWE could play the clip of him saying that from TNA, and then Punk kind of punking him out and slapping him in the face and saying, You know what I mean? You're not going to come in here and disrespect me. I heard what you said, or if they, whatever. I don't care. But WWE doesn't want to do that because they don't want to mention TNA at all because they're just peasants in WWE's mind, and they're not even going to mention them. They're not going to give them airtime.
If AJ Styles shows up, he's gonna come out to "Somebody Call My Mama."
Right. Here's something that you can think about too. I feel like if people started jumping ship, although they already have in both companies, I feel like AJ Styles going to WWE creates buzz around TNA in a weird way, because then people start saying, "Well, where did he come from?
He's 40."
Right, and then they start being like, well, I'm going to watch that show now, because what if these people start coming to WWE, and it kind of interferes with the whole minor league system of NXT that WWE has, and maybe as a business choice, they wouldn't even want to take AJ, because, I don't know, but maybe they think they're so high and mighty that doesn't matter at all. They're just too big right now.
That's been the excuse thrown around for Sting, too, is they don't want to take Sting because he's never represented anything else but competition.
Well, he also doesn't want to... Sting was also angry, at WWE for a while, and he also was angry how they treated the WCW former talent. But that's all.
But it's easy to say that as someone who has never been screwed over by any company. I mean, think about it. Sting's one of the people in WCW who always got paid, and then he went to TNA, and he's one of the people in TNA who always got paid.
Right.
It's very, very easy for him to condemn the WWE's practices when he's never had to suffer at the hands of WCW or TNA, when those two companies have actually forced a lot of people to jump ship because of their shitty business practices.
Yeah, right.
He's got a silver spoon in his mouth when it comes to his luck in the wrestling industry. So I don't take anything he says about other companies seriously, because he doesn't know. He's never had to fucking go through half the shit 90% of the rosters on every company he's been with had to go through.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I agree with that.
An update on the Rumble. Apparently, there's supposed to be a bunch of guys coming back, and just for a one-time thing.
Right.
In the Rumble match. Apparently, I'm reading off a list.
I mentioned this in my news report the other day, I think, but let's hear what you
got.
got.
One of them was MVP.
Okay, I didn't mention him.
One of them was Carlito.
Really?
Ooh.
And Shelton Benjamin.
Oh, wow. All the guys that had all that mid-card potential that just went away all of a sudden.
Do you know Carlito's story?
I know it's horrific with Carlito, but let's tell everybody. Go ahead.
Let's hear it.
Okay. He was smoking a bunch of weed and he failed a wellness policy. So they were like, "Hey man, you got to stop smoking weed." And he was like, all right. Well, really, we want to make you Intercontinental Champion. You're one of our big prospects. No one ever gets this chance. You got to not fuck it up. And he was like, all right, whatever. And then he failed another one. And they were like, all right, dude, you obviously didn't quit smoking weed. So, are you going to quit, or are we going to keep running with you as the champion? And he was like, fucking, I don't know. We'll see. And then he smoked weed again, and then eventually Randy Orton was like, fuck this pothead, I want him out of the fucking locker room. And they were like, yeah, Randy Orton doesn't like you, and you keep lying to us, and you keep smoking weed, so you gotta go. And he was like, all right, whatever.
Can we go down
he left.
Can we go down the list? That's probably the only legitimate Randy Orton firing. Can we go down the list of people that Randy Orton's basically either had fired or suggested be fired? Like
Kennedy.
Mr. Kennedy, Ken Anderson, Carlito now. Right? Dolph Ziggler, he set Dolph Ziggler back a whole 2 years.
Yep.
And Kennedy, I think, was because he felt like he hurt him, or he could hurt him, or
Kennedy gave him. You can check this out on YouTube. Kennedy gave him a standard belly to back suplex, and Orton thought that he dropped him a little high on his shoulders instead of square on his back, and he immediately said he's unsafe and unfit to work with, and they immediately fired him.
Yeah. Randy Orton is a douchebag, and that's why I don't like Randy Orton, and I never like him to win, and I don't like him.
Mr. Kennedy was supposed to be Vince McMahon's illegitimate son, which is why he was named Kennedy, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and it was all supposed to make sense. Then he's fired, and they say Hornswoggle, and then it's fucking all of a sudden they throw him with what's his face, the other Irish guy.
Oh yeah, Finlay.
Yeah, Finlay was actually one of the most badass people to ever. Anyway, that aside, they fucking throw Hornswoggle with Finn. He's his son, and it's just all I hate that. Fuck you, Randy Orton.
Just kill me, please.
That's why, guys, when in 2022, when I become the WWE champion, I hope Randy Orton isn't there.
I can't believe I haven't become the champion yet, based off of what I thought I was going to do when I was 16. Some guy called and flipped out on me. I wanted to play this voicemail for you guys. He called the show. I put this on YouTube, on youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show. I put this answer to your voicemails up. But listen to this guy. This guy looks like this, by the way.
Oh God, I've heard this voicemail. It's like the funniest thing ever.
And he's got a scally cap on, and he's a douchebag, and his accent changes like 7 times. And this is what he had to say.
Yeah, your show sucks, and I hope you fucking die. Fucking idiot. You're an idiot, motherfucker.
Yeah, you're a dum-dum.
Is talk for 3 or 4 fucking hours about a fake sport. And quite frankly, you're a fucking loser. You do your show in the basement of your mother's cunt, and you have no meaning in life.
It was the Mrs.
You
Dad.
can probably get your job back
Ryback's dad.
at the McDonald's. Fuck you. You're a loser, piece of shit, wrestling fan who happens to have a self-important radio show. Fuck you, fuck your show, fuck your opinions, and fuck anybody who likes your show. Fuck anybody who actually gives a shit about you. Fuck your mother and fuck your father for having made you, you fucking dick.
I gave that guy's like Google Plus address out the other day, and he got like banned for like 3 hours or something. It was really funny. What a fucking yeah, but he takes all the time out to leave me 3 different voicemails. By the way, like
I hope you die.
Bullies to bullies. That guy was Ryback's dad, no doubt about it. Ryback's dad, always calling me up. Always wanting some, on the side. Always hoping to get in my pants. So what do you guys see for tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw? What's going to happen here tomorrow?
Good things. It's going to be a very important Raw, and I expect it to really blow our minds. Hopefully.
I see Raw tomorrow starting off with either Randy Orton or just a regular match. Because if, it's not Randy Orton, it's just going to be a regular match, and Randy Orton's going to come on later on in the night. The number one contender for the championship will probably not. No, it will be named tomorrow night on Raw. The number one contender, maybe in a battle royal or a fatal 4-way match between CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, John Cena, and Big Show, perhaps. And then I can also see them bringing in a new belt. Perhaps, because I don't know. I do not want to see them with the 2 belts for another couple months or whatever. That'd be horrible.
I can see them rocking the 2 belts until WrestleMania, and then the night after Mania, they unveil a new one, much like The Rock.
Oh, right. That's not a bad idea.
Sounded like a Wookiee playing a recorder.
I heard him doing something while I was talking.
Yeah, no, I heard everything you said. I think I would be very angry if I have to wait till WrestleMania to get a new belt. I will be really pissed off, to be honest. I'm hoping tomorrow night there's a fucking spread eagle in the middle of the ring. Or whatever. There's a new belt in the middle of the ring. It'll be better than that stupid butterfly, stupid Divas title that they have. By the way, I just watched every episode of Total Divas Live, and I totally got hooked on it. I was like, I'm watching this whole thing. I don't know if you guys.
Really?
Yeah, I watched the entire series of it. I did really see. I actually do like reality. So I like a few reality shows, not a whole lot, just a few. So I got into it, and I really liked it. And even though I really thought the Bellas were cool in the show, and it was okay, Eve still comes off as a total bitch. But I still do not want to see Brie Bella win the title. I just don't. I don't want that.
If Natalia not winning it, who's going to win it?
I think AJ is going to hold it till Mania, but you're right.
Yes.
Who's going to win it after that? It would be nice if,
Natalia, give it to Natalia at WrestleMania. Her Mania moment. Give AJ her fucking title streak. Win-win.
You're right. I like that. Or or call Paige up and have her come out on Raw. How about that?
Did you guys notice tonight how AJ mentioned that she was champion for 182 days?
Yes. Exactly
I love
half.
that.
That was cool. She is channeling her inner CM Punk. I bet you he told her to say that.
And you know, did anyone read the reports as to why she's paired with Tamina? Like what they're going for with that?
What?
They want Tamina to look like Diesel and her to look like Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. It actually has multiple times have I thought that. Like, oh, it's like
It was
the
Triple
female
H's
version.
idea too. Like he personally came up with it.
That's cool. I don't mind it. I actually like it. But I liked Diesel and Michaels anyway. So coming from you live on Ustream.
Dudes.
What?
Two Dudes with Attitudes was their tag team name.
Right. Oh, come on.
So who turned on who when they broke up?
Shawn Michaels. Diesel was going after. Shawn Michaels was going after Diesel's title when Diesel was the world champion. So technically, it was the title that tore them apart.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if you would have thought it was the other way earlier, but originally, after WrestleMania 10, WrestleMania 11, Shawn Michaels wrestled Diesel. I mean, in a match that nobody remembers, it seems like. But I love that match because that WrestleMania, by the way, if you don't know about this, go watch WrestleMania 11. It's the only WrestleMania where this happened. For some reason at WrestleMania 11, and I think the reason was because Lawrence Taylor was in the main event. But honestly, I don't understand it because the WWE had like paparazzi around the entire ring, the whole pay-per-view, the whole WrestleMania. And wrestlers like were coming down to the ring and they wouldn't move out of the way. They were trying to like get in the ring and the paparazzi was standing in their way. And like Shawn Michaels landed on one of the guys and then he threw him like 10 feet. Like all this stuff was happening, all these photographers around the ring, and thinking back on it now, I almost feel like they were like plants or something to make it look like WWE was so popular with all these photographers.
Yeah.
Because why were they? Because Lawrence Taylor was there, but yet they wanted to take pictures of the whole event. I mean, it was odd, and somebody was going to get hurt if they fell out of the ring because these photographers were just allowed to stand around the ring and hold, like they were leaning on the ring at times.
It was a very weird aesthetic. You're right. That was
What
very
the
strange.
freak was going on? And the thing about it too is that WrestleMania. I'm telling you, if something about that WrestleMania was bizarre, the ring sounded weird. Like it sounded extra tinny. There was like a tin.
You say that all the time.
I'm telling you.
I don't know. I can't tell if I can hear it or not, or if you just the placebo effect is
Am
gone
I
to me,
crazy? Go watch WrestleMania 11 at some point. This is WrestleMania 11, and the whole thing, the WrestleMania sound, the ring sounds tinny. It sounds different than any other time ever. There was audio problems where Diesel couldn't talk right, and the microphones were getting muted. And the funniest thing was the whole. And I mentioned this before, but the pay-per-view is hilarious because throughout the pay-per-view there's all these audio problems, and then at one point Jerry Lawler was like, McMahon, I've been pulling this plug in and out, like, and every time I do it, I can't hear anything. And then Vince is just like, oh, all night long, I guess Jerry Lawler, been wreaking havoc with our audio system. And whether it was real that was the thing causing it or not, probably wasn't. No. But it was just a funny joke. It was the funniest thing. That WrestleMania, Vince must have wanted to kill somebody because everything went wrong, and even the title match was like secondary, and they kept running into photographers, and it was bizarre. And Jenny Garth and Pamela Anderson were there. And then they had a football player fight Bam Bam Bigelow in the main event. And it was actually pretty good, but it was weird for the main event. It was just...
At WrestleMania 29, you were talking about audio failures. During the pre-show, after the Miz versus Wade Barrett match for the Intercontinental Championship, they played the Undertaker's music. They played did you guys hear that?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember you were freaking out about that, right? One day.
I was so freaking out. I was like, no. Then my dad was like, somebody got fired.
They just wanted to give
It started to rain that night as well, so I was really scared that WrestleMania was going to get canceled.
They just wanted to
Would
give
they do
everybody.
that if it like rained?
I don't know what they would. They would just keep doing it, I would think. I mean, I don't know. It's pay-per-view. You got to go, right? I mean,
that's dangerous though. All the electrical stuff and the pyrotechnics and the fireworks and stuff.
I gotta believe that stuff was waterproof. It's somehow right. I mean, because it could rain. I mean, any stuff happens. Planet Earth, Mother Nature, as the world turns.
At the same time, though, I don't think. What about the safety involved when it comes to doing wrestling moves in the rain?
There's that cap over the ring on purpose. You know what I mean? So maybe that's there. That stops the rain from hitting the mat. But you're right. I don't know what they would do. Thank God it's never happened.
In the way.
Right. Thank God it's never happened, because otherwise I wouldn't know what to do.
And he was like, "Whoa, there's some trash in the way." What is that?
Anyway,
talk about how this is like Randy Orton's, like, I don't know why Randy Orton's like the top guy or whatever. I know like in the back he's like the big whatever, but we went from starting in August SummerSlam, Randy Orton screwed over Daniel Bryan, and then he lost it the next pay-per-view at Night of Champions, but then we only had to live with that for a day because Randy Orton can't be the champion for more than a month, and then we had to put it on freaking abeyance or have it vacated or whatever you want to call it for like 2 months. Then Randy Orton won it again, and then he wins another championship to go along with it, and now he's the top guy. He's the unified champion. No, he's the champion of champions. No, he's the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Right.
So that just pisses me off.
No, I
like Randy Orton.
I know what you're saying. I don't like him. The reason why I don't like Orton is because I just don't like people, little tattletales. You know what I mean? And I think he's gotten everything, and I just don't know why he has to be a bitch. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I don't like. And I'm sick of Cena versus Orton. Please don't let it happen again. I don't want to see it. And my only hope going forward is, here's the thing. The best thing is Daniel Bryan winning the Royal Rumble and then going to WrestleMania is wonderful, and I would get excited for it. But what scares me is that I already am thinking about it now, which makes me wonder, is that really going to happen now? Because I'm already thinking about it now, so why would it happen?
John Cena is going to be in the main event at WrestleMania.
Okay.
That's my thing. I don't know against who or for what belt, but John Cena is definitely going to be in the main event at WrestleMania. There's no way that he cannot be. You can't tell me that there's anybody else right now besides The Undertaker or The Rock that can be in a main event match at WrestleMania.
I mean, we did talk about how awesome it would be at WrestleMania, because we mentioned that the main events have been lackluster over the past few years. But the only thing that would be unbelievable at a main event, I think, in my opinion, unless they're bringing in somebody I don't know about from somewhere else that's not in the company now, the only thing that would be amazing to me to see would be a rematch between Daniel Bryan and John Cena at WrestleMania in the main event for the title, because the fans would be insanely into it. You would have some Cena supporters flipping out. You would have some Daniel Bryan. The Daniel Bryan fans would be, crazy. And that would be the best atmosphere I think you could create for the main event at this present time. And so that's why you're right. I could see John Cena versus Daniel Bryan in the main event.
Plus, you could argue that John Cena was injured last time, and now it's going to be a healthy John Cena versus a healthy Daniel Bryan.
Right. And
Well, I don't know why it just came into my mind. It's never going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I just want to know your guys' opinion of if it did happen. Well, how badly would you guys flip out if they made a triple threat match, John Cena versus The Undertaker versus The Rock at WrestleMania 30?
I would puke my pants.
I would be so mad. I don't want to see a triple threat like that. Whenever there's a triple threat like that, I always just feel like it's a waste. Like these two guys could have a good match, but with everybody in it, it's just a waste. I haven't been taking
unless it's a mid-card triple threat. Mid-card triple threats are always phenomenal.
The Shield would be amazing.
No, you're right. I'd love to see the Shield. I know I haven't been taking your calls, guys. There's so many calls that I've just literally, my Skype's blowing up. But I will take one from Chris Burrs, who just called, because he's on Skype, and I have never talked to him before. So what's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up, Joe? I was just wanting to call and
Hello?
And?
We might have lost him, maybe.
He was just wanting to call.
He found out about AJ Styles, man, and he's pumped. Oh, sorry, man. I think you lagged. You're back.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I know this is probably a long shot, but I think Dolph Ziggler might go and win the Royal Rumble. We haven't seen anything from him in a while.
The reason why I mean, it would be definitely shocking and definitely surprising, because WWE has gone. What they did was in Connecticut, they went out back in the back of the building, they knocked down a bunch of trees, and then they took a shovel and they just continuously dug a hole about 300 feet down into the ground, and then they took Dolph Ziggler and they dragged him over and they threw him in that hole, and then Vince McMahon ate burritos every single day and shit in that hole. And then that's where Dolph Ziggler is right now. So I cannot see him doing anything. He can't even beat Fandango on a pre-match cleanly.
Dolph Ziggler has been around for a while though. Like he was in the Spirit Squad.
Right.
Yeah, he's Mickey.
He's been around for a while, so I don't know why they would just like.
Dolph Ziggler has
because
gone
he talked shit about Randy Orton.
Right.
Yeah, he did talk shit about Randy Orton, but I don't know. Like you said, Joe, Randy Orton. I don't know why Randy Orton's a bitch. I think he's a bitch because he can be a bitch.
Right. Yeah, he's the golden boy right now with Triple H. And if you're listening, WWE, stop sucking the bitch's dick, because I'm sick of the bitch winning and getting people fired. They're lucky. Dolph Ziggler is lucky that he was so over with the fans he didn't get fired, basically.
Yeah. Everybody loves him. I think WWE's stupid for not wanting to push him more than what he's doing. I mean, he's great. I mean, when I see him perform, I see another Shawn Michaels.
He is he's kind of like sort of like Shawn Michaels and Billy. He always reminded me of Billy Gunn a little bit, Mr. Perfect, that type of thing. Not straight up Shawn Michaels, but more like Mr. Perfect. He really reminds me of Mr. Perfect a lot.
His falls, the way he does his falls, kind of reminds me of Shawn Michaels.
No, you're right.
I thought you said his balls.
The way he sells. The way he sells drastically, that's the type of sell I like him, Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler, Shawn Michaels. Those three guys are in that type of category. He's got that 1992 style sell that I like, as opposed to some of the current stuff that you see. And, I don't know, time to die.
Yeah. His balls, the way those balls hit
the mat. It's like two grapefruits in a gym sock.
That's awkward.
Oh, boy.
All right, well, thanks for the call.
Thanks, Chris. Hey, take it easy, man. Thanks for calling.
All right.
All right, guys, it's that time of the night. It's that time to go to your tablet, go to your smartphone, go to your Xbox, go to whatever you're on, your PC, you're doing it old school like me, and go ahead and just...
Stick that thumb up my ass. Stick that thumb up my ass. Stick that thumb up my ass.
Click the like button and stick that thumb up my ass.
Wouldn't it be sticking the thumb up Jaren's ass this time?
Oh, yeah, well, we're sticking the thumb up Jaren's name on YouTube.
Oh, can I do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. All right. For all you listeners out there watching on Ustream or on YouTube, as a matter of fact, on Small Afro Games, what I want you to do is take your thumb and shove it straight up my ass. 13 likes, I think, so far. So, Joe, what happens every... it's 17 likes, isn't it?
17 likes. I forget. It was like, I put my own hand in my ass or something, I think it was, right?
What's funny is... Jaren's grounded right now, so I thought it would be really funny if Jaren's mom woke up to him just being like, stick that thumb up my ass! Stick that thumb up my ass! When he's not even supposed to be on the phone.
He was like, whoa, there's some trash in the way.
I'm not even supposed to be up this late. I'm not even supposed to be up this late, period. So if my mom woke up...
For that, of all things, stick that thumb up my ass! What are you doing in there?
Yeah, your show sucks.
Oh, boy.
That's the best of the best.
Can you play that voicemail again, Joe? Do you still have it?
Stick
that thumb up my ass.
I do.
That this world has to offer.
Yeah, we can't hear it.
I'm the beast.
Yeah, we can't. I haven't been able to hear anything that you played all night.
You haven't been able to hear anything that I play?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
We can hear it coming out of your headphones a little bit, but...
Oh, right. I forgot you guys couldn't hear me. So that's why nothing makes sense whenever I play something from the soundboard, huh?
You can kind of hear it.
Oh, guys. Anyway, everybody listening, go follow me on Instagram. Instagram.com/Joe Cronin Show. Or just, do it on your mobile phone. Type in Joe Cronin Show on Instagram and follow me, because you'll see pictures of my crotch, pictures of little elves touching kids with cookies. It'll be a whole kinds of fun. You go to youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show and subscribe. We are broadcasting from Jaren's YouTube tonight because mine received a strike and I can't broadcast live again until March, until around WrestleMania. So go to youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show and subscribe there. By the way, Jaren, I did get you about 40 subscribers tonight, so just so you know.
I know you did that. I'm really grateful for that.
1,700. Thank you. You let us use the show. Also, you can go to justin.tv. /Joe Cronin Show. Follow me there, subscribe. And then basically you can decide every week, because we're going to be live tomorrow again after Raw right here. And you can decide where you want to watch us. Ustream, YouTube, wherever you want to watch us, you can watch us. That's up to you. But wherever you watch us from, make sure you click the like button, stick the thumb up my ass, share and tweet it, and Facebook my face, facebook.com/Joe Cronin Show. What else? Every social network, I'm on it, and you got to be a part of it. What else do I have to say? I don't know. This pay-per-view was pretty good. I bought it tonight. Definitely wasn't worth $50. I'll tell you that. Nothing is really. Which, think about the WWE Network, and the thing to remember is everything we talked about was that the price that they're charged to run the pay-per-views, they don't make a whole lot of money, and they have to be at this price apparently, and that's what I'm understanding. But when WWE goes to the WWE Network, and it's $12 a month to get programming around the clock as well as the pay-per-view free, because it won't be a pay-per-view anymore, it will just be an event that happens on WWE Network, then you're paying below $200 a year. You can watch every single pay-per-view for about $150 total the whole year. Where right now, if you bought every pay-per-view, I think it's like $650. So that's something to be excited about. But let's look forward even more. Let's get into. I'm excited right now. I am starting to get very excited because Royal Rumble is coming, and this is going to be a fun time. I'm ordering Royal Rumble. This is going to be awesome. Royal Rumble is going to be great. And then, of course, Elimination Chamber. That's always fun. And then WrestleMania. I am getting pumped up. I'm psyching myself up as we talk.
The road to WrestleMania is paved and on its way.
Have you noticed the road to WrestleMania seems to just begin earlier every single year or whatever? You know what I mean?
That's a good thing. Except for last year with the shitty Christmas show and all that bullshit. But every other year, you're right.
Yeah. But I don't mind it, I guess. I mean, whatever.
I just saw a comment on YouTube. I'm scrolling through the comments. Benjamin Blanchett, he's quoting himself. He says, "Time to get wild, time to get naked. We are going to do all those random shit we ever wanted to."
Oh,
Benjamin Blanchett. And then up in like a couple more comments in the comment section, Benjamin was like, "Oh, did you see the voicemails? Mine was the last one. That's what I referenced in the last comment."
Yeah, I remember that. Benjamin was like, "Let's do all the nasty things we always wanted to do to each other." I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, holy shit.
All the random things in the world we ever wanted to do.
If you want to hear what we're talking about, you can go to youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show, and I think it's in voicemails, like 5 videos back of my newer videos, and you can listen to that. It is pretty funny. I can't cue it up now, but it was pretty damn funny, and it's worth listening to. So thank you to Jaren for letting us use his YouTube tonight, as well as being live from Ustream and all the other sites and everything. And thank you guys for being here. I'm really great. It's really great that everybody was here tonight. I think we had a full load of people. We're at 3,161 views on Ustream. I never thought we would hit that amount on Ustream. Joe Latimer, I see John Cena dropping a bombshell and retiring tomorrow night. Would that be strange or what? Or like he goes away?
I would cry.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would react to that. I wouldn't cry, but I don't know. That would blow my mind.
It would be weird. I would not want.
I would cry because that would mean that 5 people are getting fired because they don't have the money to pay them anymore.
Oh man, that's weird. Anyway, hopefully people can hear me. Sam Crow earlier was saying, "Where's Joe? Where's Joe?" Hopefully I'm still here. But thank you guys for watching. It's great. Thanks for everything that you've done, being a part of the shows and subscribing on YouTube. I mean, man, it's hard to believe we're about to hit 1,600 viewers subscribers on YouTube, and we started in August. I thought that was really mind-blowing. I probably couldn't think of a time. I could never think that we were going to hit 500 subscribers on YouTube. I don't know why. And then we hit 1,000, and then we hit 1,500. Of course, getting shut down on YouTube kind of hindered some of that. But let's take a call from 931 to close the night out. and then we'll get out of here. What's up, man?
So, guys,
How are you tonight?
pretty good. It was a pretty good pay-per-view. Then again, they had to live up because of all the crap that dished out in the last few months.
You're right. You're right. But it was. But I liked that it was solid and true, and they did it. They did it all right, and so that's why 7.5 for me.
The only thing that ticked me off is the fact is the only person with WWE who's been proven should use handcuffs is Vince McMahon.
Well, the big boss man too.
Well, true.
I don't think the big boss man has used handcuffs ever since he ate Al Snow's dog.
He's
Or
handcuffed
since
to
he had Stone Cold arrested.
When I saw the handcuffs, I was like, oh no. You know what I mean?
But
Like
it was cool how Cena got out of them.
that was really cool. That was like you've never seen that. He's gonna undo the turnbuckle and then smash him in the head with it on the ladder. Like that was
unique.
awesome.
That was really unique and very creative. And every time you see something
that's
creative in a
McFoley
ladder
shit right
match, it's
there.
great. Yeah.
Well, you know, there's a lot of younger kids who maybe saw the pay-per-view tonight where they'll remember that for a while. Who maybe have only been watching wrestling a couple of years or a year or less.
I stand by. That's McFoley territory right there.
A little bit. I don't know.
Creative.
Yeah, I mean, like, what was Mick Foley about it besides? I mean,
Tax and broken glass.
right. Well, there was no tax in broken glass stuff, so that's why I don't understand where
I'm talking about innovative ways to hurt people.
Oh, right. I got you. Yeah.
There you go.
But it was creative. He got out of it. He used it as a weapon. I mean, great stuff. I did enjoy that part of it, and I saw that, like, I thought he was gonna win it there, like everybody else. I thought he's gonna win. He's gonna knock him off the ladder, and that's it. I did not see him falling into a table and then it being over.
I was watching with my wife.
We didn't see Vince. We didn't see Triple H, Stephanie, Vince. We didn't see any of the what are they calling themselves? Administration.
The authority.
Sorry, the authority out there. I actually expected to see them out there at one point.
Well, they did. They came out at the end.
As we said earlier, though, that's what they were going for. They were going to show us that they were willing to cheat, lie, steal, do whatever they needed to do, except for this match. This was when they were going to take a break because of how important it was, and they were going to congratulate whoever won fair and square. And that's why they had so many screw jobs leading up to this, so that they could put that taste in our mouth, get us ready for a screw job, so they can show us, no. This is the one time we're not going to do it because this is that important.
Right. And I liked what they did. I really do. But what would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10? What did you think about the pay-per-view overall?
Tonight, I'll give it an 8.5, actually.
No, that's pretty good. So he's up there closer to Tosevich there.
And I'm not normally this nice. Normally, I'm a sadistic prick.
Yeah. Me too. I still kind of went asshole. 7.5 is what I gave it, but
I said 8.5.
And sorry, Jaren, about the whole Cena thing. I know you're a huge Cena fan.
But hey, you know,
thank you for feeling my pain. Somebody feels my pain.
Wow.
Finally.
Wow. Aaron just said Roman Reigns title push.
What title? I could see him beating the United States champion.
Guys, call me. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, WrestleMania triple threat for the U.S. title.
Right, right. We mentioned that earlier. That's what I would love to see that. But no, he was talking about Roman Reigns going up for the WWE Championship, which is
too soon.
It is way too soon, and I don't think so. Maybe in 3 years.
I know Vince McMahon usually tries to push big guys for early world titles, but it always backfires in my mind.
Yeah, and he always had that world heavyweight title to fall back on. Now that we only have one title, we're not going to see that anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, it backfired on the Big Show. It backfired on Sheamus.
It backfired on so many people going back to so long
Can we
ago.
Can we see Sheamus coming back and winning the Royal Rumble?
I've been having a nightmare about that for months.
Yeah, me too.
If Sheamus comes back, I think he's going to come back in the Rumble and then get eliminated somehow. But please.
I would commit suicide with like a brick.
Oh my god!
I can honestly see Sheamus getting eliminated by Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that would be. Wouldn't that be awesome?
In 18 seconds, he just comes in. Everyone's going wild because this is big comeback, and Daniel Bryan just drop kicks him right out.
That would be
Santino Morella's record.
What if Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania faces the champion, the unified champion, and he beats him in 18 seconds in the main event of WrestleMania?
That'd be gold.
Raw would be interesting, I'll tell you that much. That would be nuts. That would be cool. All right, thanks for the call, man. Hey, thanks for listening too, by the way.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
All right.
Holla,
I don't know what that was. Guys, thanks for listening. We gotta get to bed at some point, right? I mean, what the hell are we doing? You know, we gotta go to bed, take our PJs, take a dump. I don't know. Guys, thanks for watching. It's youtube.com/Joe Cronin Show on YouTube. Subscribe on your mobile device, your tablet. Watch us on Xbox, wherever you want to go. On your mobile phone. I recommend the computer is the best way to watch, but hey, you know what I mean? I know you guys got your mobile phones. And we'll see you tomorrow night after Monday Night Raw right here. Same thing, same show, same nakedness. We're going to do it tomorrow night. And go to my channel and watch all my videos tonight if you can't get enough of this. And, you know, take your pants off, look at my face, and, you know, see what happens from there. Chris Tosevich, thanks for being here, sir.
Anytime.
Jaron, thanks for allowing us to use your YouTube tonight.
No problem.
Thanks to everybody who watched us on Ustream. Thanks to everybody who tweeted my Twitter. I'll be answering Twitter questions throughout the night, laying in my bed, answering Twitter questions. If you want to tweet my Twitter, follow me on Twitter, @Joe Cronin Show. Tweet me there. Let's have sex with little kids! Ah!
Yeah, your show sucks, and I hope you fucking die.
Well, you know something, bitch? I think you suck, and I think if I wanted to, I could find your goddamn IP address. I could come to your mother's house. I could tell her I want to take her on a nice date, and because I'm so sexy, she would come with me to the first dinner place I mentioned to her, the first restaurant I mentioned. We get to the restaurant, we'd sit down, we would have one of the most expensive, wonderful dinners of all time, and I would leave and stiff her with the fucking bill! Because she's a cunt! What do you think about that, you stupid son of a bitch? My show sucks, your life sucks, and your mother sucks, and I know it, because I got the lipstick marks to prove it. #fact. Good night.